Yo, 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 what's good, y'all? It's your boy Tony the Savant. We back again, episode, I think it's 12, low key. I got to change that in the bio. I think we did 11 yesterday, but episode 12 with a very special guest, the one and only, my boy Nate Williams. What's going on, baby bro?
What's up, man? How you feeling? How you feeling?
We booked, man. How you feeling?
Man, I'm all as well, man. I can't complain. You know what I mean? I'm feeling good.
Give y'all a little backstory on how I met Nate, man. Really, I was just following you on social media for the longest, and I don't even know if you know. I've been a fan of yours before we even start communicating. Uh, but yeah, once we linked up, we were just talking about boxing. I was like, damn, little bro, you about 10 years my junior, but goddamn, your knowledge of the game is extensive. You know what I mean? There's a lot of old heads that don't know shit about boxing, but respectfully, uh, I'm gonna chop it up with you. Sorry, man, I don't know why. Old lady texting me. We're gonna chop it up. We're gonna talk some boxing champ today. If you don't mind giving the people a little backstory though, how did you get into boxing yourself?
Well, when I was young, when I started boxing, I was well. I'm sorry. When I was younger, I started boxing when I was 15 years old. I always wanted to do it. Even before then, like I had to been about like 11 because one of my friends from grammar school was telling me that he boxed. And so I had caught interest in it. And when I remember I asked my mom, "Can I sign up?" Instantly she said no, no, instantly no, no. And so when I guess like times had gone on, like it took it took my brother, my older brother, and my dad to convince my mom to box. And I guess she finally gave in, and she actually saw that actually boxing is actually one of the sports that I'm actually good in because I played football. I played football. I did taekwondo when I was young, little, and I've always liked contact sport, and basketball was actually what I wanted to go to. Was actually what I was meant to go to as well,
Yeah.
because I felt like I was actually better at basketball than I was in football, but actually I was good in both. So when I started boxing actually it was like it was calling me, and then come to think of it, it this was actually my sport, and it's something that I'm good at, that I'm real good at. I mean, even though I'm still learning, but I'm good, but I'm still learning at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And we all students of the game. Even one of the greatest is still students of the game to this day, like Crawford, Spence, um, Shakur, Devin Haney, and all Javante Davis, of course, and Teofimo, all of them.
That's a fact. I don't think you could ever. I don't think as far as you can go in the game. You know what I mean? You're always gonna be a student of it because styles, uh, uh, just the new techniques that people come out with. And I say it like this too, baby. I don't know how you feel, but it don't matter how many boxes come and go. It's always that new boxer that just be like, man, we ain't never seen nothing like boots. It's like,
No, we ain't never seen nothing like Boots since Roy Jones Jr. So I mean, and he a dog. And then also is this one dude named Kevin Johnson, and Kevin Johnson is he's a dog. Like he's like that. Like it's a lot of clips of him sparring. It's some clips of him sparring Javante Davis and some Shakur and some of Devin Haney. And the funny thing about it is that I mean a lot of people didn't really know. I guess like some people didn't really know who he was. I mean, people know who he was, but some people, I guess, a lot of people didn't really know who he was. And then that he was sparring because I remember one video said a known boxer was going toe to toe with Javante Davis.
mm-hmm.
And when I finally when they finally revealed his name, it says Kevin Johnson, and Kevin Johnson, yeah, he's good.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they won't give him no title shot. Oh no, why they ain't giving him no title because he fight at 35, he fight at 40, 47. No, excuse me, he fight at 40 and 47, but he can make. But the word is he can make 135.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
You,
so I'm like,
guys, you know how the politics go, champ. Some of these dudes be knowing about each other, behind the scenes. Now we as fans, me as a Terrence Bud Crawford fan now, I'll be one of them people like I don't think nobody could beat my fighter, you know what I'm saying? But behind the
uh,
scenes, these dudes know they know who's the real hitters. They know, what I'm saying? It's always probably it's not always the big name dude. It's probably some no name cat that really be giving them some hell and sparring, but the
yeah, cause think about it. Like Crawford started at 135, and when he fought Gamboa, a lot of people all in favor was really a Gamboa to win. And
mm-hmm.
when Crawford at first Gamboa was trying to get the best of Crawford, but Crawford started picking up the pace and he was catching Gamboa, and that was a shock. And I remember like it was yesterday. That fight almost 10 years ago.
Yep.
So
Yep.
and it's been 10 years since Crawford beat Gamboa. Almost it's gonna be yeah. So
Nah,
yeah.
and you right. It's about that time. One thing I like about Bud Champ, I don't know if you feel this way, but every time Bud have a fight, yeah, they doing it with Canelo right now. Like this whoever Bud going up against, it's a big bad wolf. As much as I love Spence, they was doing it with Spence. Like, oh, Spence gonna walk him down, and he a pressure fighter. Bud makes everybody look like they are level.
Nah, they all yeah, like they all level behind him. Like to be honest, we didn't expect Spence to go out like that. A lot of
Man,
people did,
man,
and Crawford for Crawford to be, Crawford a small dude. Like you can tell he's small, and he came from 135 all the way up to
47.
47, and now he talking about fighting at 154. It going up. So I mean, it's possible. I mean, Floyd started off at 130, and then he dominated 154. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, title shots at 154 against Canelo and who else? Oscar De La Hoya, and I think it was somebody else he did one too.
Yeah.
And yeah, Floyd. I mean, um, but when you got prime fighters, like when you got a fighter like all right, everybody was having this whole discussion between prime Floyd Mayweather versus prime Terrence Crawford.
Mm-hmm.
Now at 135, 140, yeah, Crawford got Bud. I mean, I said Crawford got Bud. I mean Floyd got Crawford. I'm tweaking.
Yeah.
Floyd got Crawford at 135 and 140.
Mm-hmm.
That's Floyd. Now 147, yeah, that is even because Floyd even said it himself. If he were to fight somebody against like Crawford getting problems because he switches.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, I mean, that's a common fact.
Yeah.
And
Oh no, I'm listening. I gotta agree with that because I always said if Prime Floyd and Prime Bud was to go at it, that would be the number one problem Floyd would have to face. Like, am I getting a southpaw or orthodox this round? Not this fight.
right,
Round. You know what I mean? You got to.
and that's tricky. That's like same thing with Boots. That's tricky, but Boots is dangerous because Boots got speed and he got power too, in both hands.
Right. Boots got speed in both hands, power both hands, got the footwork. Boots is
Hmm.
probably the scariest thing as far as somebody, and really just we're gonna get into this that next segment in a minute, champ. We got we got to talk about some Boots.
Yeah.
Uh, but as far as my next question for you, champ, you as a experienced boxer, you've been in the game a while now. A lot of casual fans and a lot of experienced fans hear this thing about boxing politics a lot. Um, can you explain or give people a little bit of an idea of what boxing politics is?
Boxing politics is basically who all is in favor, like who's gonna be the next big thing. It's kind of like just like politics, like with kings, who's gonna be king, who gonna be president. That's all it is, really. So like, who's gonna be the president of the, who's gonna be the president of this, of this. It's just with boxing. So who's gonna be the king of this weight class, and who's gonna be president of this weight class? Basically, that's all it is,
Mm-hmm.
and who's all in favor of terms of who's gonna be next, who's gonna take the throne.
Mm.
That's all it is.
Yeah, facts. Do you think? Uh, Cause we're seeing it with Canelo now and Benavidez. Benavidez been screaming politics for a little while. Do you
Mm,
think that politics always work in per se the best fighters' favor, or do you think it's just more of a money thing?
I want to say a bit of both. But most, well, if I had to choose, well, I did say both, but I would say it is about money because at the end of the day, people want to get paid. So
Facts.
that's definitely, and it's so corrupt. And boxing is one of the most corrupt. Boxing is like the rap game,
Yeah.
and it's like the rap game, and it's also a little bit more like the drug game too. So, because why? Because it's always somebody who's behind. It's always somebody who's behind, and then the mafia. Think about it. The mafia is what's controlling the boxing game,
Mm-hmm.
and Floyd beat the mafia. Floyd beat the mafia, and Floyd. I mean, think about it. Floyd been around boxers his whole entire life, and his uncles and daddies, cousins, whoever, even grandma, probably know the whole business. And they taught him the game, and and also he's betting on himself. So that's how he got it. But
Mm-hmm.
it ain't just Floyd who did that. Jake LaMotta and Sugar Ray Robinson did that before.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, hey.
Yeah, I think, and now just to segue off of that, I think that is the reason why Floyd is such a polarizing figure. I mean, I think Floyd is that kind of dude that uh, half of the boxing community cheer for him, and the other half root
They
against
don't like
him.
him.
I mean,
They
yeah.
don't. Yeah, but what it is like, not even trying to bring race about it. They hate because he's a successful black man, and
Mm-hmm.
he's smart, and he ain't let nobody ruin him. He ain't let nobody get to his head. And they said Floyd always been like that. He always been a cocky person, and
Yeah.
but a lot of people hate that about him.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that politics? So I've been doing a little research myself, Champ, and I'm gonna say this. Do you think uh, race plays a factor in boxing, as far as sometimes quote unquote black fighters may get a little bit more criticism or not enough credit, and then sometimes you'll see me. I'm gonna just throw this name out there. I don't know how you feel, Ryan Garcia. A dude
Mm,
came up on TikTok, literally not in the ring, really like that, and then you know, Ryan can go fight an Oscar Duarte, and nobody says nothing. Says nothing about him. Uh, Everybody acted like that fight was something shocking. Like, oh, Ryan won. It's like I thought we expected him to win. You know what I mean? But
word.
but then you hear all the hell that David Haney is getting. I mean, I said Devin Haney is getting, and he just
Mm.
went toe to toe with Regis, ain't no slouch by any means. I don't know who thought Regis was a slouch, but do you think politics plays against black fighters or Latino fighters or white fighters?
Yeah, I do. And race definitely definitely 100% because they always want to say Floyd. Remember, they always been saying Floyd picking his opponents. And then I remember one time Abel Sanchez was saying, I don't like black fighters. How we fight, because it's like basically what it is, like we came up with the game of the hit and not get hit,
Right.
and a lot of people hate that. And then it's like with what it is that when they say Devin Haney be running, nah, Devin Haney don't run. He just sticking and moving. That's his game. Cause you're not gonna be a crowd. I'm not gonna be no crowd pleaser, and then I get hurt. And because at the end of the day, who's taking punishment? Me.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So and then one time, I think we was having a discussion about somebody named Boots, and then this one dude said, "Oh yeah, but what happens when a Mexican fighter just coming forward, this and that?" That don't mean nothing because it was a Russian dude that was just like that, and Boots was tearing him apart.
Mm-hmm.
That don't mean nothing. Like, like, like that's one thing I don't get. Now, if you want to say somebody running, what about the last dude who Boots fought before the person he fought back in July? Dude was running the whole time, and it was frustrating Boots. And Boots, even though Boots should have went to the body at first, even though Boots won, Boots should have went to the body though.
Keep him, cut him.
And hmm,
Oh, yeah, yeah. He should have cut off the ring. I think that was.
yeah, yeah, that's it. But his last performance that he just did, his recent performance that he had in July, Boots did a terrific job. Boots did a terrific job. Like who make themselves go in slow motion, and then like that's beyond me. Like I'm thinking in my head like, hey, can I do that? Like I don't know.
That's that timing, that sweet science. You got to do like Boots. And, he come up in the boxing family just like you. Uh, wait. Did your brother? Did you brother your box? Or he just endorsed for you to get into it?
My brother endorsed me to get into it. He didn't box. My dad did when he was young, and my great uncles and them did it. And I think, if I recall, I think my granddad did it too. And yeah, so I'm actually the only one out of my mother's children that actually took up boxing. So
Go
all
ahead.
my older brothers, they play football and basketball and baseball. Me, I think I'm the oddball in the bunch. So
You an athlete, man, or warrior, and that warrior,
yeah, I'm
oh
both.
man, the fact, yeah.
Hello? Yeah, hello.
You that champ? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there.
But yeah, I don't see a separation in athlete and warrior. You know what I mean? Especially when you come from this in your family. You know what I mean? My pops and my older brothers, they was all. My pops was a baseball player, but older brothers, all hoopers. We all played baseball. For him, it was more
All
so.
right.
The
My
warm
mom.
and on the court.
Mhm. My mom, she did track when she was young,
Hey, yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, so it's like I actually came from a athletic family, so yeah.
Let me ask you this, champ. Well, I'm sorry. Damn phone just crashed out on me. Uh, what are your thoughts? Because some events have transpired, and some fights have gone down since um, we initially planned to do this. Um, what's your thoughts surrounding the Tank Davis, Devin Haney, the Shakur Stevenson, the three kings essentially between 130 and 140? Well, what you got? What's your opinion on all this hot mess, man? Because I'm hearing a lot of stuff from the boxing community.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know, man. I think it plays with money. They got money something to do with it, or maybe this and that. But then they saying saying that Devin Haney too big when it comes to rehydration. And I don't really see Haney being like 165. I don't really see him being no more than like probably on rehydration the night of the fight. I don't see him rehydrating back up to like probably like the most maybe like 155 or 154, 153. Now, if you rehydrate, like if you go from 140 all the way up to 165, I'm about to say, where they do that at? I mean,
Yeah,
that,
25.
yeah, I'm like, I could see 156. I mean, that's 16 pounds. I mean, that's cool. And or maybe 154. Yeah, 156. All right, that's understandable. But for you to be 140 to 165, man, that's 25 pounds. I'm like, bro,
Right,
like, bro, what you eat? Did you eat the whole cow? Like,
right.
what's going on?
You gonna see 165. You'll see a 25 pound weight difference.
Yeah, and I mean, Devin didn't look that big. He didn't really look that big on fight night.
Yeah,
To
at all.
me, in my opinion, he didn't look that big. I mean, I at least would give him like 150, 151, or 152, or 53 at the most. I would have gave him that.
Yeah.
But 165, nah, I don't see that.
So do you think that uh this whole Tank, I mean, excuse me, this whole Devin Haney being too big narrative? Because I don't know about you, Champ, but I'm just not hearing this. This is new information to me that Devin Haney is now the biggest fighter in the world. He should be fighting Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? It just
I
is.
mean, if you want to be technical, Floyd did. I mean, it's a it is a weight class for a reason. But I mean, Floyd was like 140. Floyd was an old man, and he weighed in at like 149. The night of the fight when he fought Canelo, he was 149, and Canelo was like 165,
Mhm.
and Canelo was like 52, and he went all the way up to 65. Floyd 149. Manny Pacquiao, when he fought Antonio Margarito, Pacquiao was like 148. Margarito was 165, almost like 170 the night of the fight.
Mhm.
So Tank, I mean, and Tank usually be sparring bigger people. So I mean, I know there's a difference between sparring and boxing because sparring you got on 16, 18 ounce gloves,
Yeah.
but fight night, yeah, that's different because y'all we fighting in 8 ounce gloves. So I know I'm gonna be feeling everything if you were to catch me. So yeah, but I mean, I don't know, man. But I don't know. Like, I don't know at all.
Well, I recall just before this Devin Haney fight, and I love the boxing community because the stuff you see in this thing is be funny. But before the Devin Haney fight, Tank Davis fans was talking about all this knockout power Tank had. They were
Mm,
Tank knocking out heavyweights. They was talking about he can go up to 147 and fight Keith Thurman. I remember all
he
this stuff.
could. I mean, he could. Like, I mean, a lot of small people did. I'm sorry to cut you off,
Oh, you good? You good.
but he did. I mean, like, usually little guys go all the way up to like 47 or 54 or 60. So I mean,
Mhm.
I don't really see it's not possible. I mean, Roy Jones Jr. went from like 154 all the way up to heavyweight. So and
Yeah,
that
yeah.
that's rare.
Mm.
And Tony, even James Tony started off from like what I think 154, 160 all the way up to like yeah, heavyweight. So I mean, why not? But excuse me. But I don't know, man. Like I don't know what it is. Um, I don't know. Cause Tank fought Barrios, but and Barrios was a 40 pounder, and he went all the way up to 47. So I don't get what's the issue with people going up.
Tank fought Ryan at 140. He fought at 140 before Devin did. So
They fought at 36. They fought at 36. They
oh, that
fought. Yeah,
was a
they fought at 36. So the rehydration clause was only 10 pounds. So the night of the fight, they both of them was 146. But Tank can't. I just found this out. Tank can't really get past. Can't really get past on fight night. Tank can't get past. Can't get past like 140, 145. He can't.
bro.
But I think that's BS because when Tank before Tank was like locked in, Tank was huge. Tank was looking big.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, I guess like when you stay dedicated, when you do stay dedicated, and then when you lock in, I mean, yeah, it's a difference. You probably can go no more up than like 10 pounds. So that can be understandable.
Yeah, that's facts.
So
I do.
yeah,
I'm gonna tell you this, champion. I don't know how you feel about this, but I'm just using my context clues. I think Floyd don't want Tank to fight nobody, and I'm only gonna say that
I
because it.
think I think that too.
You think so?
I think that too. I low key think that. I think so because they was talking about. Remember, at one point in time, they was talking about when he was like at 130. They was talking about him fighting Lomachenko. But I
Mm-hmm.
kind of see why Floyd didn't want because Lomachenko was destroying a lot of people
Facts.
at
But
130.
do you remember? Do you remember how Floyd said that shit? Like he wasn't saying, "Oh, Tank can fight Loma." No, he was kind of like scaring Tank. Like, look, if you don't get it right, I'm gonna put you in the ring with Loma. Like what? Like you should be ready for a Loma. You Tank Davis.
I mean, yeah, like Loma, but Loma different though. So
Yeah.
Loma different, but I don't think. I mean, Loma good. Don't get me wrong, he a good fighter. Loma real good, but I wouldn't say he the greatest fighter in the world, like that's ever lived. Like,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Teddy Atlas was captain for Loma in his heyday. Teddy wanted Loma to be Ali so bad. But I was gonna say, well, surrounding those two, what about the third king? What's your opinion about Mr. Stevenson over there?
I don't know, but I mean, I like Shakur Stevenson, but I ain't like a over big fan of Shakur Stevenson.
Yes.
But uh, I mean, when I see him, I ain't like when I see a lot of people, I just see a lot of good fighters. That's all it is. Like I don't bow down to people, you know. I mean, that's just me. But I mean, um, I think Shakur need to. Well, Shakur just made 135,
Mm-hmm.
and so he got to fight. He got to get comfortable at 135. And then his last performance when he fought, I mean, I ain't mad at Shakur. I mean, he did a smart thing. He could have done better, but I mean, I mean, he didn't make no excuse in saying the
Facts.
reason like his performance. And but I mean, when they said when he was fighting, when he said he fight, I mean, when he was fighting that person, fighting the dude who he fought, he had power. And Shakur not stupid. Shakur was
Right.
like, all right, I can't fight him like how I fight everybody else. So, and remember, Shakur was actually probably the biggest person at 130. So, yeah, so like he can't just walk up because it's a saying. A lot of coaches will say this. You'll always, even though you probably were the biggest person in on your team. When you go to another team in another environment, it's gonna be somebody that's just as big as you and faster and stronger than you. So yeah, and when Shakur got in the ring with him, dude, you could tell Buddy was probably stronger than Shakur. And Shakur wasn't trying to get hit. That's all. Shakur was boxing and smart. Now the other dude, he was just trying to do some type of dance, Olay dance. I don't know what the heck he was doing, but I mean, but he, I mean, if he knew that Shakur, if he paid attention to Shakur wasn't trying to trade with him. He wasn't trying to trade with him at all.
Yeah.
Shakur was actually on I can't do this. Just keep him off, keep him off with the jab. If he run into something, yeah, that's when I'm gonna catch him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but dude could have should have rushed in there on Shakur, and he probably would have if he would have got him on the ropes, he probably would have hurt him. But Shakur, I mean, yeah, Shakur not dumb. I'm not mad at Shakur.
Yeah. Looking at that fight, I think they was just you had two counter punchers going against each other. You know what I mean? Shakur is a
That's what it was, and that's what made it boring.
mm-hmm. They was both waiting on one or the other to lead the action, which at that point. But I also think that Shakur was a little injured because he was a much more. I think if Shakur was 100% for real, then I don't think he was gonna make no excuses. But if he was 100% and that left hand was healthy like he wanted it to be, uh,
Yeah,
he would have got dude out of there a lot earlier than we've seen
I
Shakur close a game before. You know what I mean?
I think yeah, like you never know because you're going, but yeah, but when you got somebody, but think about, I mean, everybody different, so I can't really say it, but when Gary Russell fought the dude who signed to Manny Pacquiao, Gary Russell was fighting with one arm,
Mm,
and Gary showed that he was hurt. He was like this the whole time, and he was still throwing that straight left, and then using angles, and Gary won that fight. Gary won him on one arm, but they gave it to the other person, they gave it to the other person though, which is why I'm like, yeah, they did Gary bogus.
Mm.
But you can tell, everybody knew that Gary hurt his arm because it showed. He was like, yeah, and he still continued all 12 rounds. He still continued to fight. So
I think it goes back to something you just said, Champ. The one thing that ruined boxing for me is the fans. You know what I mean? Boxers
yeah,
don't have an appreciation for defense, technique, boxing IQ. All they want to see is a bloodbath. And like you said, when you
it,
are the fighter, you know what I mean. You got so many precautions. You got a family. You want to be.
you want to come on healthy. And yeah, boxing is a barbaric sport, but I mean, it ain't like how it used to be back then, back when boxing was first made, and back in the middle of the 1900s.
Mm,
So like back when Jack Johnson, Sherry Robinson, Lamada, and Joe Louis and them was all around. No, it ain't like how it used to be back then. People want to go, and then like people, it's a lot of deaths in box. It was a lot of deaths in boxing, and so they took 15 rounds out for a reason, and they only gave it 12 because we be overwhelmed. We overwhelmed and back then, man, back then it used to be like you would just have a fight. Oh, guess what? You fighting next month. You fighting in two. No, you fighting in 2 more weeks.
mm-hmm.
You're like, dang, I just fought.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
All this hype and got to quote unquote build up a fight. That wasn't no. Like, hey Lou, you in the fight? You
nah,
fighting
they
Frank?
they want no. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. You had to act great, like grit back then. So yeah, man, like they weren't playing.
Yeah, I
So
definitely missed that about the old days in boxing. Although I haven't been. I started watching boxing like in the '90s, and that's when it started. Don King, Mike Tyson. That was my era. So I literally
mm,
came up with Roy, and then I came up with Floyd, and now I've been rocking with Bud.
every everybody came up with Roy. So
Yeah, Roy.
everybody came. Roy was in so many. Roy and Floyd was in so many generations. It's ridiculous. So yeah, you can't. We all came up with it, even from 90s and 80s babies. We all came up with them. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and Roy should be getting a lot of credit for what he did too. And he should be in Hall. I don't know if he in Hall. I think he in Hall of Fame, but
Yeah, he got to be in
boy, he gotta be, cause man, Roy Jones Jr. was a different animal. He was a different breed, man.
on so many levels
Like,
too. Like just his marketability, his skills,
hmm
his attitude,
yeah,
even
his
to this.
attitude. He had a robotic arm that he was throwing a left hook,
Yeah.
and like he moved like a cat. Even though he was saying like he got the rooster of dogs, nah, boy, he moved like a whole cat.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's
Floyd,
what
I mean not Floyd. Roy was the first dude that I seen. And I was like, damn, bro, this not exactly remind you of Ali, but like this nigga right here might beat Ali. He dodging
he
it.
He had a little bit more like Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard style. Pernell Whitaker was a little bit more like Willie Pep a little bit, and Pernell
Yeah.
Whitaker actually got some stuff from Willie Pep, and Willie Pep was another dog too back in. He came up with Sugar Ray Robinson,
Yeah.
and he probably was like what 5'5", 5'6", and he was a little Italian dude, and he was slick. He was real slick. He was getting up out of there. He was pop 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 moving and getting up out, and yeah, it put them together. The combinations was good. Footwork was good. Head movement was good. He was real slick. Pernell Whitaker was just like him, and Pernell Whitaker was something special too. Now I will say a fantasy fight between Pernell Whitaker and Prime. Well, actually, no. These I can list amount of people who like in today's era who actually fit in today's era from back then to now. I can say, all right, you got You got Sugar Ray Robinson is number one.
Mm-hmm.
He can fit in any era. You got Pernell Whitaker, that's number two. You got Hector Camacho, that's number three. And then you got Sugar Ray Leonard, that's number four. You got Marvin Hagler, that's definitely number five. Like, come on, man. And Tommy Hearns, Roberto Duran, and Mayoye. Oh, Mayoye, I think that's his name. The Puerto Rican dude, the one that used to be always coming up to like press conferences on the way in, smoking. Uh, he would be, man. He was a menace,
Yeah.
and man, that man was a menace. Um, it's a lot of people that would be. Oh, I did say Roy. Oh, yeah, I did say Roy Jones Jr. Yeah, Roy Jones Jr. He'll be in this generation too.
Respectfully, Chimp, and this is why I love boxing. This is why boxing is my number one favorite sport. Uh, you can't do that whole basketball, NBA, NFL thing where you be like, "Oh, this dude can't play in this generation." Boxing is if you can fight and you got some grit and some guts, my nigga. You
Yeah,
in the '90s, you can fight in the 2000s. You can go to the '60s.
yeah.
Floyd,
You can fight anybody.
yeah, Floyd Mayweather would fit just fine in the '70s. He would fit
Hmm.
the 2020s. So it's just like you one of them dogs, and everybody you name, I wholeheartedly agree with. But while you was naming them, I'm like, boxing just one of them sports. Like, bro, if you a dog, you
You
know,
can fit in any era.
Roberto Duran against anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Like Like you could put the Roberto Durant, you could put Roberto Durant versus a Manny Pacquiao, or you can put a Hector Camacho versus a Ryan Garcia, or or who else? Dang, who else? Who else? Yeah, a Ryan Garcia or a Teofimo,
yeah, facts.
and
He,
that would be a dog. That would be a bloody match between Teofimo and Hector Camacho. So
it's a big fact. You think what you think about Tio? You think he can get back to where he was as far as top dog 140, 147?
I think so.
Yeah,
140, yeah, I think so.
I think so. Yeah, I think I like to see him get what's his face, Ryan Garcia up out of here. I want to see that bad.
Oh yeah, I definitely want to see that.
let
I
me ask,
definitely want to see.
let me ask you about some of this heavyweight division, champ. What's your thoughts on that one? Because I don't even think we got a heavyweight division right now, bro. I can't. I like
We
to say
ain't,
the name, but we ain't
we
getting.
no, we ain't got nobody. We ain't got nobody for the heavyweight division. I mean, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua. Like, I mean, we ain't really got nobody for real. So I don't know. It's like the heavyweight division became boring. It's more the big people. Really, you got is the I want to say probably 175 or one between the only big people you got is really the 168 and 175 pounders maybe,
Mm-hmm.
but other than the heavyweight division, man, I don't know, man. Oh, I mean, we got big. Oh, you got big baby in the heavyweight division. He doing good.
Yeah, but I think he gonna get smoked by the first. I mean, I ain't gonna say it like that. I want to say this. I like Big Baby. It's just the heavyweight division they don't mix it up enough. You know what I mean? And Big Baby should be fighting uh, Andy Ruiz right now. You know, just to be a buck, just to have that gatekeeper fight, get it out the way.
So,
You know what I
yeah, like, and that'd be a good fight for him. That'd be a good fight. But I think I know what they doing. I think I know what they doing. I think they start him off. They don't want to start him off too fast.
mean?
The worst scenario is that you start your fighter off too fast, and then boom, me get hurt. So yeah, and that's what we messing people up at.
Yeah, that's a fact. Uh, I don't know what we gonna do about this Anthony Joshua dude, man. We supposed to been got that Deontay Wilder. We supposed to got AJ and Deontay Wilder about the time all of the Errol Spence and Tom and Bud Crawford drama started. Like when that started,
Crawford wasn't even at 140. Crawford was just now making 140 before all that even started.
Yeah, facts. And these two fools for the big mixed it up, man. And that's I don't know. The heavyweight division is just go from Ali, Frazier to Fury and Wilder.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, what's a long fall from glory, man.
It's a long list, man. So
Let me ask you about the Andre Benavidez. I know we're a couple weeks off of it. What was your thoughts about the fight?
oh man, I ain't see the fight, but I saw the previews. I ain't see the fight, but
You ain't missing nothing.
but I mean, I heard it was good. Boo was they say he's doing good on the inside, but I ain't gonna lie. David Benavidez is a walking cheat code. The man is tall. He got long arms, and he's fast. He's strong. Like what? Like what? What are you? Are you Broly?
Hey, for real, Broly of boxing, everything, bro, everything.
Yeah, like what are you? Like you like for real? Like man.
I seen a picture with him and Bivol standing next to each other, and this was some years ago. He was bigger than Bivol then. I'm like, everybody want him to fight at 175. He bigger than them niggas at 175.
Yeah, and then he fighting at 68. Yeah, he like you probably be looking Canelo probably looking at him like
Nah, yeah, for real. How tall is Benavidez? You gotta at least be what, 6 feet?
man,
Super tall for.
no. He's taller than 6 feet. He gotta be at least like 6'3", maybe 6'3" or 6'4" at the most.
Yeah, buddy, big. You ain't.
That's,
he
man, what? That's a power forward right there, man.
Yeah, he messed my boy Boo Boo up, man. I actually was on the whim. I ain't put my money on Boo Boo, but I was like, rooting for him just because I rock with my boy. But
I didn't want to put no money on between. Uh, I didn't want to put no money on between. Haney and Regis, but some told me to do it. But I said it. I'm like, if Regis win, Regis gonna win by knockout. If
mm-hmm,
Haney win, Haney gonna win by decision. He
mm-hmm,
won by decision, but he did drop him twice. So I'm like,
yeah,
damn. But Haney won by unanimous decision, and I ain't think he ain't got really touched, but not once. So,
mm-hmm.
but yeah, David Benavidez, I feel like man, he ready. He ready for Canelo. He ready for Canelo, and I don't know, man. I don't know what Canelo gonna do, man. So I mean, Canelo ain't gonna. I don't think he gonna get beaten badly if he fight Benavidez. But
Nah,
I mean, he gonna give him a run for his money. He gonna get David Benavidez a run for his money though. But I don't see him beating David though.
and Canelo is I know Canelo can brawl, he will brawl, but I think his technical skills are highly underrated.
It's more on boxing. It's more on box. But there's the thing though. A lot of people don't be noticing Canelo and Devontae Davis. They can get outboxed.
Mm-hmm,
In order for you to beat them, you have to outbox them. You
mm-hmm,
have to outbox them. You gotta outbox Tank. You either gotta outbox Tank or knock him out, or you gotta outbox Canelo or knock him out. One or the other. There's no other way around.
thanks.
Like you can't let him touch you. Like it's like he got a knife and you ain't got nothing. You gotta move. He gotta move. He gotta move. Don't let him touch you. Ha 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 ha. Move. Hop, 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 hop. It's like you fight somebody with a knife. You gotta. That's exactly what you gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
That's a good kind. That's only something you're gonna hear from a boxer right there, Jim. That's a fire. I never heard somebody break it down like that.
yeah. Like that person, yeah, be like, oh man, he got a knife. Yeah. So
They
that's what
treat
you gotta do. Like make sure or it's like yeah, you playing tag, or somebody got a knife. That's all it is.
That's a very interesting take. That's what Bivol did. Bivol just outboxed Canelo. It wasn't that Bivol was just he kind of overwhelmed him just because of his size. At some spurts of the fight, but Canelo was still Canelo. He was holding his own, dodging them, countering. It's just Bivol was boxing out there. What I mean? He was taking his time, making sure he put that jab on first, and then went into his combos.
Mm-hmm.
which I like that. Do you think, Ken, we kind of touched on the Crawford and Spence and, while we've been talking. Do you want to see a rematch? You want to see part two?
I would. I'd be interested in it. Like I feel like Crawford and Spence should get it back on, and I hope Spence get back on the drawing board and they find at 154. I mean, it's only right. Let them fight again, and you never know. Like I mean, we seen it with Miguel Cotto versus Antonio Margarito, even though Antonio Margarito cheated, but we see the outcome of the second one, so second fight, so why not? Maybe Spence might win or he might do better. Who knows?
I got confidence that Spence gonna come back stronger. I think, especially if they do it at 54. I don't want to see.
I
I
don't want to see 47 again. No,
think
I
that,
think Spence been at 147 for over almost over a decade now.
since 2015.
And yeah, so it's not same thing with Devin Haney. Devin Haney been at 135 since 2015. So
Mm-hmm.
why not let him go back? Let him be at 140.
Shout out to the president Floyd, because Floyd said something. I seen this interview. He said the exact same thing I said about Spence. Like Spence, his kind of power, his kind of his boxing style, he should have been moved up. We're talking about damn near after Kell Brook, like fucking unified and undisputed and all that stuff. Prove your point at that weight class, because you are a pressure cooker, you're a power hitter, and Spence's technicality is
I
underrated.
think I
I
think
think
he should have moved. I feel like he should have moved up at the Ugas. After that, he should have moved out the Ugas.
yeah, he did look
And
he looked good against Sean and Ugas. So yeah, after Ugas, yeah,
yeah,
I
no, he proved a lot when he fought Sean. And Sean Porter, he I don't think he's that much of a like power puncher. He just more of a pressure fighter. He
mm-hmm,
just strong. He just physically strong.
mm-hmm. Also, Sean Porter, he's unconventional, man. You never know what that ain't gonna. He start going leaning left and he come out of nowhere with a right. It's like
Yeah,
can't account for
he a
that.
pressure fighter. Yeah, he a pressure fighter. That's like yeah, man, he a whole pressure fighter. So yeah, you don't know. And then he get wild too. So I mean, he can box, but he'll get wild. If he know that you can outbox him, uh he's gonna try to maul you. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the fact hey, the champ be knowing this game, man. I feel the same way on that one. Who was your? I know we had. Well, I'm gonna get into some of your personal preferences right now, champ. And I know you told me this behind the scenes, but who is your favorite boxer of all time?
Man, between Pernell Whitaker or Sugar Ray Robinson, and Sugar Ray Robinson on Pernell Whitaker. Um, in today's era, man, I gotta go with Boots. I gotta go with Gary Russell Jr. Um, Teofimo, Inu Naiwe, and who else? I like Tiger Johnson. Tiger Johnson, he nice. Um, Also, it's another upcoming boxer that a lot of people don't really know about too much about yet, but his name is John. John, I forgot his last name. He fight at 147. He like 6'3", and yeah, he real nice. So be on the lookout for him. He a Filipino cat.
Okay, let me put that in my notes. Hey, John. Uh,
Mhm.
you made me think of something real quick, Tim. When you said 147, Connor Ben called out Boots. How do you see that fight going? If because Boots in his camp
Oh
ain't
man,
responded to Connor, you know what I mean. But I would love to see that as far as a test for Boots at 47.
I love to see that. I love to see that between him and Boots. I'd love to see that. See how Boots coming. And I think Boots will beat Connor. Um, Connor good, but I think Boots will beat him.
Yeah, yeah. I would say Connor Boots is definitely cream of the crop, but Conor Ben probably a B level fighter. I can see he got probably 2 or 3 gears they can get into, but Boots got 6, 7 gears, 8 gears. You know what I mean, so
Yeah,
you're gonna run out of tricks while Boots still getting warmed up. But now you made me think of that when you said 47. I've been really interested in that fight.
mm.
Uh, Who are your top five boxers? Top five boxers all time, champ.
Oh man, Sherry Robinson, number one. Sherry Robinson, Pernell Whitaker, Floyd, that's three. Number four, you got Hector Camacho, and number five, Roy Jones Jr.
I was gonna say, boy, we gotta put Roy in there. Come on, champ.
I gotta put Roy. So yeah, man. But nah, I'll put Roy over Hector. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Respectfully.
Roy. Yeah, I gotta put Roy over Hector. Hector Camacho. So Roy would have to be number three, and then Floyd number four, and then Hector number five.
I like that's what I ain't mad at that top five at all. Master class. Uh, no restrictions, no weight class, no politics, just skills for skills. What's your fantasy dream matchup?
Today's era.
Let's.
Uh,
I ain't think about that, Chandler. Let's do this today's era. No restrictions, no weight class, just skill on skill. And then what would be your all-time both matchups? I'm interested to see both answers.
Back in the day, Hector Camacho and Pernell Whitaker,
That's been a good one. Nice style.
and yeah, and today, um, today would be against Richard, maybe, just maybe, Floyd versus, mm, man, this is a good one. Oh, Floyd versus, at like, Prime Floyd versus, Lomachenko at 135. Oh,
Ooh,
130, 130.
Pretty Boy versus Prime Loma, The Matrix.
Yeah, that'll be a good
That's got to be 15 rounds, man. I know we ain't doing the 15, but
one.
gotta be. That's a catch match. We gonna be mad when that fight over with. Like, we needed one more round. We can't decide.
Man, that's like 5 episodes of Dragon Ball Z right there. So
Hey, yeah, hey, that's a fire. That's why I love talking boxing with you, man. Be learning. Uh, um, now I know you a welterweight champ, but are you biased in that way, or what's your favorite division? To I mean, it's kind of hard to say favorite division because divisions aren't based on skill. But is it a particular division that you enjoy watching as far as matchups more than any other?
man, I don't really got. I mean, one. I like the 40s and I like the 30s. I mean, the 20s too. I like the 120s.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you see it's a lot of fight, a lot of punches thrown in the 120 division,
Mm-hmm.
but 120, 130, 140 is perfectly fine. Even in the 150s. But me personally, my favorite weight class was 140. It's always 140 because 140 is not big, it's not that small, but it's perfect.
Mm-hmm. I personally got to put it out there, Champ. The welterweight division has always been mine, and that's more so because of Sugar Ray Leonard. A lot of
Mm,
who I grew up on. But of course, like we were talking about earlier, growing up with not so much Roy, not so much. He started at 54, but growing up with Floyd during his Money Mayweather days, not Pretty Boy Floyd, Money Mayweather. He was mostly in
mm,
weight, area, so that's why I kind of grew up. And then of course, Errol Spence coming in the coming like a storm after Floyd left. He was like, yeah, well, I'm in the welterweight. That's what I've been.
yeah, so I'm taking over now, so that's what he faces his hand. So yeah.
Let me ask you this, champ. This is one. Probably my last. This is the last question, but this has been a controversial topic, not really amongst us boxers. We know what the real answer is, but I've been hearing a lot of talk between the MMA and boxing. We recently just seen the heavyweight champion. I can't say the young man's name, Ngannou, when he got upset with Dana White and UFC, dropped the heavyweight belt, come over here and get a bigger bag from matchup with Tyson Fury. But do you see because MMA is gaining room and popularity. They just not as big as on the money end. Do you ever see MMA surpassing boxing?
No,
Facts.
no.
watch it.
No,
A little
not even, not even. I don't see. I mean, MMA is. If you think about it, MMA is basically train. Is a brawling sanctioned sport. That's all it is. It's more like a street fight. It's a street fight, but just sanctioned, skilled fighters. But that's all it is. If they get you on the ground, they hitting you like this, like that,
mm,
or penny is over with.
yeah, I always thought that was classified dirty boxing anyway. Like, man, if I'm on the
That's
ground,
all it is.
the homies, hey,
I
let 'em up.
I rather just do. That's the case. Then I rather if I gotta be in the sport to kick, I just do kickboxing than anything. One time maybe, but
Facts.
even in Muay Thai, you can't be too careful because they throwing elbows, knees, and everything. At least with kickboxing, you got fists and just feet. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, that's why I've always enjoyed kickboxing. I don't think it ever really got as hot as boxing, as far as
Yeah.
me paying attention to it. But
No, I ain't. I don't be hearing a lot of people talking about kickboxing as much. No, not really.
unless it's like some kind of like parody fight, I see, I catch. You know what I mean? Some dudes being silly, going at it.
Mm,
But damn, Chan, we got through the interview finally, man. Yeah, I appreciate
yeah,
it up, man.
yeah, man.
And my apologies, man. Like I say, I'm doing a lot of work. Y'all gonna see. This is my boy right here. I love this dude. This is my little brother. Uh, we gonna take over, man. Like I say, it's strap season over here. I'm about to put together some camps, and y'all gonna be seeing Nate Williams very soon, pay-per-view. Tank, we coming for you, bro. Ain't no ducking over it. yo, Nate too big. Like what?
Oh
But let me ask you this too, Champ. You got any fights coming up? I know we were talking a little earlier, and then one cat pulled out or something like that. I remember we was talking, but
No, actually, no. I was supposed to register for this. I was supposed to register for this tournament called the Power Gloves,
mm-hmm.
but registration had got closed down too early, and I was actually gonna sign up the week registration is closed because it was due November 10th. So I was gonna do it like Monday, and I called and asked them what the website to register at. And they told me, oh man, you a week late, et cetera, et cetera. Like we had to shut it down early because it was overpacked. So I'm like, oh well.
Yeah,
On to the next one. So whatever. So my job for me is just to stay in shape. That's all it is.
it's facts. Stay ready. You got to get ready. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're gonna chop it up, man. I'll hit your line after this show, but that's all I got for you. Y'all finally got to meet the champ himself. Y'all been, see me post him a lot, see me talking about him a lot, but you finally get to hear from him yourself. Any last plugs you wanna tell the audience?
Um, yeah, just stay tuned. We gonna it's gonna be something big. I mean, just stay tuned.
Where can they find you on the social medias, man?
You can find me on Facebook at Nate8.Williams, or you can follow me on Instagram, Righty_95.
Facts. And hey, that's your boy, my boy Nate Williams. So all we got for y'all, man. We hope you have a good to great day. Get out there and get a goal accomplished. You know what I'm about to say, y'all the bosses. I'm the guy that loves to work. Let me get back to work. Peace.
Peace.